Welcome to your Aries horoscopes for the week of the 7th through the 13th. And the triggers seem to be everywhere this week. Unfortunately, its focus is on a lot of internal emotional turmoil this week. And that focus is actually going to be in that place for the next couple of weeks or so. Oddly enough, I have been talking to a couple of Aries recently who do seem to be going through a process of going backwards and letting go and retrieving this old muck in order to let it go, which is actually one of the most important housekeeping things that we can do as human beings. It's very apparent in the world right now just who is hanging on to their anger over this sort of trauma and who is working through and letting go of their anger over this sort of trauma. And you can have two people with the exact same background in completely different situations simply because of the work that they're choosing to do for themselves. Chiron is really working his magic in this also, because Chiron is all about evolutionary change, and it's really taking all of that muck and not just letting it go, but turning it into something that can work for you in some way. I know it sounds crazy, but I will use myself as an example. I did actually grow up in a very traumatic environment, and growing up in that traumatic environment with somebody who was narcissistic, who was abusive, who was manipulative, abusive in every possible way, mental, physical, emotional, possibly even sexual. It's really difficult to find anything that you can be grateful for in that situation until you bump forward till now. And it makes it so much easier for me to connect and assist people who have been through that situation, because I understand it from a very personal place, having gone through it myself. So not only do I have the understanding, but I also am able to have the empathy and to be able to connect with that person on a deeper level for a better healing experience when you think about it. If I were to have to choose somebody to go through that experience with, the chances of me working with somebody who had not been through that experience is not very good, because they would not be able to empathize with me or be able to understand that. So yes, our trauma does, in some cases, we do create bad habits around our trauma in order to protect ourselves from being hurt later on. But our trauma also has a purpose, and it really is up to each one of us individually to understand that purpose so that we can use it to better our situation. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do consider clicking the link in the description and sending a tip or donation through my coffee link. Would really appreciate that. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, you guys make it a great week. I'll catch you next week.